Marvel games have completely taken over. Like, we got to talk about the instance of Marvel Rivals, and we're going to cover other games, of course, but Marvel Rivals at the top of the list. It's insane. There's tons of record viewing, breaking numbers, all this stuff. Call of Duty players are leaving Call of Duty to go play Marvel Rivals. Those have been loyal to the hero shooter genre. To actually have heroes in a hero shooter game, that's already mind-blowing in itself. Not to mention the fact that it's delivering everything that Overwatch players had been looking for. I'm not saying Overwatch is bad by any means, but I think there's a lot of things in there, a lot of nuances that characters have and that players have been asking for, and Marvel Rivals is delivering that right now. That's pretty insane in my opinion. So Marvel, just Marvel Rivals alone is dominating, but we also have other games that I want to talk about too, as how Marvel is just completely dictating what's going on in gaming right now. I love fighting games and stuff, and so Marvel versus Capcom collection, the classic collection, if you're someone who really understands what the classic collection means to us OG players, it's insane. So if you're a Marvel fan, if you're enjoying Marvel Rivals, you're definitely gonna like Marvel versus Capcom classic collection, because all the heroes are in there. It's fun as shit, and there's a lot of things you can do. They still hold tournaments on this to this day now due to like active netcode and everything like that, and it's genius what they've done, not just overall as a brand with Marvel, but just what they're doing with their name and actually elevating the gaming process of not just delivering BS stuff. I know Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite was really confusing for these types of games. So to have Marvel Rivals really be this top of the peak type of gaming, because it's a hero shooter that involves heroes, that is already unheard of, in ever. I know that there's like that Kill the Justice League one and all that stuff, but I think what they're doing, it's insane how many people have gravitated towards this. Now, it could be due to its trending notions. I don't know how long this game's going to be popular. I don't know how long it'll be popping. Maybe when it starts getting far more of the skill essences going, more tourneys, or how they're going to handle the microtransactions moving forward. I don't know. I just know it's a free to play. Everybody's going to jump on this. Everybody's a fan of Marvel and superheroes, and just people who love anime love Marvel, right? People who love like all types of genres of things, heroes and actual FPS games, or if you're just a fan of Fortnite and Battle Royale, like everybody has their different tastes in games, but for some reason collectively everybody's going to be coming together for this, just due to the deliverables alone, having like basically everything free at launch and just buying like your own type of skins and aesthetics and all that stuff. Marvel Rivals is a fun game. I'm not sure if it's for everyone. I'm not somebody who grinds this game every day, but it's legit the idea that they have moving forward, especially for the gaming process. And as I talked about earlier, Marvel vs. Capcom, the classics is huge also, because you don't just got fighting games in there. You got like the Punisher game in there and everything like that. So you just got all these types of recycled games within Marvel, and I definitely want to touch base on one more recycled one that has gone crazy through the recent days also. But you got the Marvel vs. Capcom collection. It's being recycled in a cool way where people are actually watching and playing and having an active player base in this game, reversing the netcode. This game was not available, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, just not too long ago. So to have that and this intertwine of going down, like Marvel has completely unlocked some codes where they are just breaking these barriers in gaming and how gaming should be, at least moving forward. Right now, they're showing us how a free-to-play game should be, but we got to see moving forward. Again, it's still very early, but at least with free-to-play, there's got to be investments and budgets and something going down. So how they make their money later on, we're going to have to see. But Marvel is credible. They do things, so I know it's trustworthy in what they're trying to do. So I know people are going to just try to tap into that and understand the game. I guess later on when they start charging for even more stuff, I guess. I don't know, but yeah, again, their battle passes and all that stuff, it's like lifelong and all that. So there's a lot of things as to what a lot of games should be taking note of, especially battle royales. I think battle royales right now should be really taking note of what Marvel Rivals is doing as a free-to-play game, or games like Warframe, because look at the longevity of how they do that, just kind of reenacting, reinstating, reinvesting in how that process goes. So Marvel vs. Capcom now is what I really want to talk about, because not only is the classic collection out with active player base all over again, OG game being revamped, remastered, collectibles and everything like that. Shout out to Marvel for that. Then you also have Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite and Beyond, the mod that Max had been pushing. Now, Max always states that he did not just create this on his own, but the Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite and Beyond that's even another level of gaming for Marvel vs. Capcom. They like restructured all the art forms, they added new things, kind of just gave everything what the Marvel fans really wanted in terms of gameplay and initial things that can help with the mechanisms of the game and to take it to another level. And Infinite and Beyond is really dope. They just had it's a mod, and I think it was like 50,000 plus people have already downloaded it, and this mod just launched like 2 days ago. So that is really insane for Marvel fans. So you can tell that in the fighting game genre, and technically I guess I'll call it the FPS genre, which are some of the two distinctive audiences that really love those types of games. Probably the most culturally supportive type people, I would say, in my opinion, unless you're like Souls games. But FPS players that are really honing and really are loyal to the FPS genre, they are ready to go with Marvel Rivals. Like everyone across the board, Call of Duty pros, everybody, they're all supporting Marvel Rivals. And then you have on the other side of the genre, which is my favorite genre, which are fighting games, and you see that, you know, the Marvel vs. Capcom collection we had gone crazy for, because that is incredible, by the way. And then you also had the Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite and Beyond. So two things that are technically classics, remastered, re-enhanced, and ready to go once again, that helps out in terms of bringing these games back to life. They're holding recent tournaments and everything on just to see the performance levels, and Max being at the forefront of it, not being the only one that makes it. He gives credit to all of his people that made it. But that's just more of the baby face that we all know. So we always just say Max's mod and stuff like that. But having Infinite and Beyond, I feel, is really, really cool, because now that Marvel has all these genres on lock, which is FPS and fighting games, there's going to be other structures. Maybe this opens up an enhancement for the Captain America game, right? Or is it a Black Panther game? Remember that commercial that we've seen? That probably opens up now for a story mode game. It's only up to them now to really create their version of like I wouldn't say a Souls game, but like a story mode RPG that involves like a Monster Hunter type vibe, or maybe like a Souls type vibe, to kind of mesh those in together to where it's a challenging RPG with better AI, especially since AI is a newer topic in gaming now in terms of like the upbringing of AI, you know what I mean? The difficulty and what people are using for art these days with AI and stuff like that. So I think that it's going to be very important moving forward with these games on how they really help in terms of elevating, and they set a new blueprint, and it's pretty cool. I think Marvel really has helped out a lot when it comes to gaming now. People, whether you treat this as a filler game, going back to Marvel Rivals, whether you treat it as a filler game or just a brand new game to grind and just have fun, there's just all types of things. There's ranked essences, there's public matches, there's, you know, all types of things that you can do. Anything in a hero shooter that you would already enjoy, like the blending of, you know, abilities of, you know, a la Valorant and CSGO type. And then you also have the Fortnite Ballistic. So now people that were actually going to think about going all in with Fortnite Ballistic have now gone all in with Marvel Rivals. And a lot of people love these games, especially those that don't love Battle Royale, and especially those, this is a game that has really took its chance to really keep it rolling, right? Taking advantage of the Call of Duty complete mess ups right now, and Warzone not really being perfect at all. Although Warzone still has a massive active player base right now, it's still taking advantage, Marvel taking advantage of all the players that are like, you know what, we're just disgruntled with the game right now. There's a lot of cheating, so let me go over here. Let me check out what's new and trendy, and let me see how the long-term view of it looks. Again, I want to see how it looks in the long-term view, but I'm not too sure yet. But it is cool to have these games because it gives us a lot of options, and it sets a brand new vision moving forward, especially going into 2025, of like how we want games to be played and how we want the vision, like the free-to-play games. I feel that that's something that's an experiment that everybody has been trying to figure out. It's hard to really make people happy with the free-to-play game. We all know that, right? First Descendant, all of these games, you know, Warframe has done it for a long time, but technically you can be a pay to win with that too. And so are all the battle royales now, or just any free to play game that comes out. It is hard to really help an audience and culturally create a free to play game, because there's always going to be somebody complaining about something. So right now, honeymoon phase, Marvel Rivals, still really good. I'm not too sure how long the longevity of it is, but I think those that had been looking for a legit hero shooter, we're looking at it right now. It's a history in the making now. This game is really good. It is really good, but it's not for everyone. It's not everybody's cup of tea. It's fun to play. Some people can claim that it's not really fun to watch on a stream all day. because there's a lot of organized chaos going on, a lot of structured stuff going on. It is a hero shooter at the end of the day, so it's just like Overwatch but better. So yeah, the fans of that game are gonna love Marvel, and Marvel in general had just really put a huge patent in gaming, at least right now, at the right time with classics and really supporting that. I didn't also mention that Marvel supported the Infinite and Beyond mod. So that is awesome. They supported the mod of like, oh yeah, you know, we 100%. Here you go. You know, like Marvel is getting. You see, people would right like Pokemon and Power World, like people would get mad. People thought like Marvel would maybe get mad at the mod that Max and all of them were doing with Marvel versus Capcom Infinite and Beyond, but actually it was very much embraced. And they are still getting their money's worth. They're getting their active player base worth, and they're actually getting people really wanting to play the game, or even brand new players introduced to the game. So, especially younger audience, it's pretty dope. But yeah, Marvel doing this thing. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all drop y'all thoughts. What do y'all think about Marvel Rivals and more? Peace.